Hello, Aaron. Aaron Hughes. Wonderful that you are here with us at World of Open Account. May I, first of all, ask you to present yourself and your company?
Well, good morning, Eric, and delighted to be associated with the World of Open Account. Thank you so much for the opportunity. In terms of my own background, Aaron Hughes, and I've been in receivable financing now, predominantly in the UK for approaching 30 years. My background is predominantly with risk and operational roles with the companies such as GE, Barclays, and Royal Bank of Scotland. In 2012, I joined Riskfactor Solutions to support the growth of their business and the progress of risk tools that support receivable financing globally. And in 2016, in September, I was appointed Managing Director after the business was acquired by Equiniti PLC.
Okay, wonderful. So you have indeed quite impressive background and CV in this world of receivables finance, particularly from risk perspective, but not only. And from your point of view, also when you meet other companies and many companies all over the world, you've seen, of course, lots of changes which are taking place. The world is changing all of the time, of course, also the world of receivables finance. But what are, according to yourself, if you look into your crystal ball, if you have one, what are, according to you, the major trends for, let's say, the coming 3 to 5 years in this industry?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and there's no doubt in the last 30 years, Eric, I've seen and observed a huge amount of change. I think there's a number of interesting points that we can make, though. If we look at receivable financing as a product, there's no doubt the value that it adds to the SME community and the ability to finance businesses using receivables, accelerate cash flow, and it is a real progressive facility that helps small emerging businesses. The other thing that I'd observe is that the nature of the product hasn't really changed. So the way the product is transacted and some of the challenges that the product can provide in terms of fraud and operational requirements, those haven't really changed either. So we're dealing with a mature product set that has still got a great opportunity to expand its presence to a global market. So that leads into my observations around what the future market is going to need and what the expectations are. And I think it's fairly obvious, really, one of which lenders are looking for increased efficiency. So they're looking at how they can reduce their cost to serve clients, etc., because it's a massively competitive space in which we operate. And the other key dynamic is that customers themselves are looking for an improved customer experience. And I think that is born out of, we're now transacting with a generation of customers and businesses and business owners who are very comfortable with technology in a way that some of us haven't had access to in the past. And in a way, we're going to have to innovate in the way we deliver the solution. So I think the two key levers that we need to focus on in the short to medium term are undoubtedly improving the customer experience and how they transact with us, and secondly, about how we help lenders, banks, etc., to be more efficient in the way they deliver that service.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Indeed. And risk management is, of course, an important aspect of this whole activity. So you were one of the first persons I've met in the last months who said we were very interested in this idea of World of Open Account. And thank you again for having accepted to join World of Open Account as founding member. Well, what are your major expectations? Or if you could say, well, this is what I would really like to see as a result, as a goal in the coming years from this new community.
Yeah, well, thanks, Eric. I think the first thing I'd say at the risk of embarrassing yourself is that we're very keen to be associated with yourself, with somebody who has credibility and industry experience and knowledge. And the fact that you've been able to put together an advisory board of the strength and depth that you have is a credit to the World of Open Account and the vision that you have for it. So it was absolutely important that we were part of that community and seen to be a change agent for the way we may approach receivable lending. So that's a great opportunity for us. I think the three mission statements largely capture very succinctly what we wish to achieve out of this. And I think it goes back to something I said earlier around the engagement piece is really important. And engagement from two sides, engagement from a lender perspective and how we can improve the lender experience through a combination of tools, whether that be risk tools, about creating relationships, about bringing people together to use common information or information from diverse sources is really important to us. And then the engagement piece around how we can actually improve the customer experience as well. And through improved customer experience, it only adds value and credibility to our product that we know supports a big population of businesses globally. So I think the engagement piece is really important for us and what we hope to achieve out of it. I'm going to go to innovate next because I think innovation is massively important as well. And the way I see innovation at the moment is people wish to transact more seamlessly, they wish to transact more quickly, etc. And we know that that is at slight odds with the way receivable financing works. So lenders, as we've commented before, are at risk of fraud, etc., and abuse of facilities. And technology is basically enabling people to get hold of cash quicker. And that becomes a risk in its own right. So the more quickly customers can access cash, the more agile banks have to be to ensure their due diligence processes, ensure that they are comfortable with the advances. So in terms of that innovation space, we're really keen to look at how we can use our technology, whether that's standalone or combined with other technologies that are out there, to give the banks as much protection as we can at the point they make decisions. And that can be in a number of ways. It can be from the first meeting with a prospect and how somebody who's looking to use a receivable finance facility first engages with a lender. It can be through the deal approval space, and it can be in the ongoing life management of a client as well. And I think the stable of members that you have and the experience you have on the advisory board is really important because there's an awful lot of experience, there's an awful lot of grey hairs, but there's also people from diverse backgrounds within the industry. There are managing directors, there are risk people, there are operational specialists, all of whom, if we collect the very best of what those people know, we can really build something that can accelerate the delivery of the product. So I think those are the two pieces, engage and innovation, that are really important to us. And the inspiration bit is of no lesser importance. But for some time now, I've observed that whilst we have a great product and we work in a great marketplace, I'm not altogether convinced that we've provided the best tools for the people who work in our industry. And I think we need to both upskill some of our people, demonstrate ongoing educational capabilities, and we need to build a group of people, of receivable finance specialists that represent all that the product has to offer and that is good about it. And I think that inspiration can be achieved in a number of ways. That can be via having a education process that meets all the needs, whether that be locally or globally, whether that educates around different receivable practices in different territories, whether it be technology based, whether it be specific products. But I think we've got an opportunity here as part of WOA to really build a centre of excellence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, wonderful. I must say, I'm so pleased, blessed, I would say, with founding members with so many ideas and knowledge and experience, because that's again what this community will be about. It will be not about a few people who are going to dictate this is what everything is about. It's really about connecting dots and trying to bring the best of knowledge together. And it's wonderful to have to have Riskfactor Equiniti part of this adventure. Thank you again for that. Thank you for your time for this interview, Aaron. And I'm sure we'll see each other and the other members in the World of Open Accounts very soon. Thank you and enjoy the day. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Erik. It's been a pleasure to work with you.